Okay, let's do complex number multiplication. This first one is two linear binomials, so we just distribute. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times negative I is negative 2I. I times 2 is positive 2I. And I times negative I is negative I squared. Negative 2I and positive 2I cancel because they are like terms. And then we're left with a 4 minus an I squared is negative 1. So 4 minus a negative 1 is 5. Okay? The next one, two linear binomials. So we distribute the x. X times x is x squared. X times 3i would be positive 3xi. 2i times x would be positive 2xi. And 2i times 3i would be plus 6i squared. So we combine like terms. We have an x squared. 3 and 2 is 5xi. And then we have 6 times negative 1. So that would be minus 6. Okay, the next problem. Negative 4i times 1 is negative 4i. Then distribute here. Negative times positive is negative. 4 times a half is 2. And I times I is I squared. So this is negative 4i. And then this is the same as negative 1, so negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. And then we should write this as a complex number, so it would be 2 minus 4i. This next one looks like the results of a quadratic formula. So we're going to end up with 5 plus or minus the square root of 49 is 7. The square root of negative is I over 2. So we can leave it like that, or we could rewrite it as 5 over 2 plus or minus 7 over 2i. That would also be appropriate. Or 5 over 2 is 2.5. 7 over 2 is 3.5. That would also be okay. Lastly, 6 plus or minus the square root of 81 is 9. The square root of negative is I divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So there we go.